Hello and welcome to our channel. I'm Danielle
And I'm Stephanie.
and together we clean homes for free.
But in this video, it is just me cleaning Stephanie, just in case anybody doesn't recognise my voice. I don't know why I said that. That was really weird. No, it's because the comments that we've been getting, like, oh, now I can put you two straight in my head. I'm like, oh, is this whole time people not been known who's who?
We should have, like, when we started this, done like an introductory video of like ourselves.
Yeah. Do you know what I've just done actually? Is I just did a Q&A on my channel. I think at the time that this video posts, it would have been the week before that I did it. So what about if we do a Q&A session?
Yeah.
Because we sort of did that in a live right at the beginning, but most of the viewers don't watch the lives. Only the hardcore viewers watch the lives.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody has any questions for us, like in general, then I was going to say comment below, but I'm thinking maybe I should put up a community post for questions. What do you think?
Comment below, put up a community post, just do both. And then we can just, if we get too many, we can just pick out our favourites or...
Yeah. And then that way, if you're new here, you know, you can kind of get a bit of an introduction. And then if you're not new here, it'll just help you put straight in your mind who is who.
Yeah. And ask us any questions you've maybe wondered over the past wee while of watching us.
Also, this is a very strange way to start a video for us, but we are pre-recording this voiceover and we've just literally done another voiceover and been talking for an hour. So we just feel like we're continuing the conversation. So I'm really sorry. That was a very weird way to start. But hello, welcome. We are cleaning this house for free. This is actually one of those where, like Blue Peter style, this is one I did previously. It was probably like 10 months or so ago that I did this. I think the channel's only been running for 10 months.
Well, no, because we're in May.
Is it May already?
We started it in June, so...
We're coming up for we should do the Q&A for our 1 year anniversary.
Yes, that sounds good. We'll do that.
Which is the end of June? Beginning of June? When is our anniversary?
I have no
of the channel. Right, 1 year to the day that we posted our very first video, we will do a Q&A. I will figure out when that is. But yeah, so this is one we did previously, and I didn't think the footage was that good to use, but we literally have no other footage at the moment, guys, because of health issues, and then I'm in holiday at the time of this video, so here's one I did earlier.
Lucky for some.
I'm not gonna stop saying it, right, because I only went abroad for the very first time 2 years ago for a delayed honeymoon. And that was like the only time I've ever really been on a proper holiday. Like I've been like for staycations at caravans and stuff. And once you go abroad for your birthday in July, you will understand how excited I am to be doing this. And it's the first time. So obviously I was in my 30s before going abroad. Yeah. My children, like my youngest is going to be 4. Yeah. So they're not going to get to their 30s and have never gone abroad. Yeah. They're going abroad now. And so we're going as a big family and it's going to be great.
That must be such a good feeling as a mum as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm taking my kids on
I have saved for so long for this as well. And that's why I'm making such a big deal of it, because I'm not going to be able to do this again anytime soon. Maybe in like 5-10 years. And by then there won't be young children anymore.
Well, I've just said in the last voiceover, I'm going to win the lottery. I'm going to be rich.
But do you play the lottery?
Yes, every week.
All right, okay. Because
I'm not one of these ones that stay it and aren't in it. I am in it
to win it. I was just about to say I'm one of those ones that's like, yes, when I win the lottery, but I don't play the lottery.
So you never know.
Yeah.
And if anyone's got the luck to win the lottery, it'll be me.
If you get out of your run of bad luck that you've been having.
The only bad luck I seem to have is with cars.
Oh yeah.
I just think I should have just stayed a bus person.
Bus traveller.
I should have just stayed a bus traveller and...
I want to know what swear word was going to follow bus.
Bus?
Oh, okay. Well, we cannot say that on the channel.
No.
Anyway, so what I was saying about this video is it was actually really interesting for me to edit this because, right, I was in this house for nearly 6 hours, right? And what I achieve in this house, I could probably achieve in 2 or 3 hours now. So seeing the difference, and I'll mention it a few different times in this video because there's different things that I'm like, I used to do that, and then now I do it this way. And like, I've come such a long way. We have come such a long way since starting this channel. Now, this was a very early video. I think the camera is an old camera that we try to use. The angles are not the best. You know, a lot of what I'm doing right now is not even on camera, you know. And just it's just
one of those ones where you can actually see the progress.
Yeah, like a blast from the past.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be quite fun to do this one. And also, I've lost weight since this. Like, I don't know if the viewers can tell, but when I was doing the editing, I was like, yeah, I can tell I have lost weight, which was a nice little confidence boost as well. When I edited the footage, I've put the house not in the order in which I cleaned. So this was actually the last room that I did. And I didn't do the complete room because I did run out of time because I'd been there for so long. But it did make a big difference. But the reason that I put it in reverse order is because even though it was the last room I did, it was the biggest visual difference. And so I thought, you know, it would be the most engaging for you guys to watch. So yeah, and also we always tend to start our videos with kitchen cleans.
Yeah, I know.
I've noticed that, and so I was like, yeah, I'm going to leave the kitchen till last, even though I cleaned it first.
I think, you know, when it comes to cleaning the house, I gravitate towards the kitchen or the bathroom.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, they're the two places I gravitate towards, and more so the kitchen because I prefer to clean a kitchen than a bathroom.
Yeah, I don't actually mind. I think I quite enjoy bathroom cleans. But yeah, that's because, you know, hygiene.
Yeah. I think it's also, like, it's the least amount of, like, reorganise. Like, I hate trying to organise someone else's stuff. I love doing my own stuff, but then I still hate that as well. Like, if I try and reorganise my bedroom, it will take me hours and it will take me all day. So trying to do that in a small amount of time for someone else, half the time the people aren't there, so they can't direct us with anything. So you've just got to try and make it look neater, and I really don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
So if I have the choice, I'm like, right, okay, well, I'll go in your kitchen, I'll clean for you. Yeah, so I gravitate towards the kitchen to clean.
So I'm just going to jump in and tell you this guy's story, because honestly, don't really remember it. So I'm just going to tell you what I do remember. Put you out of your misery. So we were contacted by a befriender support worker. So that is just somebody, you know, that goes in and chats with the guy. And it was quite sad, actually. And this house was one of the reasons that we originally started our paid cleaning service, which that has dissolved now. We didn't have the time or the patience for it because it was too stressful with managing staff. But this was like the pinnacle moment when I was like, we need to create a service that can help with this, because one of the things that this man said is, apart from that woman who goes in to talk to him, he doesn't see anybody. And so it was really nice for me to be there for him to chat to me. He's an alcoholic, and I think he has chest problems. He was coughing like God knows what the whole time I was there. A couple of times I was like, you okay? Like I was genuinely very worried about him. He's a smoker as well, so that doesn't help with the coughing. And yeah, he isn't able. One of the main things he asked me to do was vacuum this room, was because he can't manage the vacuum. It's too heavy for him. And that's all I really remember about his situation. To be honest, I might not even know more than that, because we don't always get all the information. But yeah, back then that's all I remember from this house.
That makes me sad to know that, like, he doesn't see people.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
But so we did that once we did start our cleaning company, he became one of our clients. And even though our cleaning company is no longer running, one of our staff members who was his cleaner still cleans for him, because she went self-employed. And so he still now gets a regular cleaner. I think only once a month, but it's better than nothing. And then I think he does still get the support worker as well. So he is still getting visits, but it's just a shame. He was, I think he was a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Couldn't think of the word there. He was a bit of a conspiracy theorist, but I couldn't fully understand him because he's very broad Scottish, and obviously he was coughing a lot. And yeah, so he was talking to me about how it used to be, and you know, people used to come around and do this and all of this, and that he used to get a lot more support, and then he was just like, government cuts and it's a conspiracy and all of this, and so I didn't understand a lot. And you know, he tried to pay me, and I tried to not accept. But he was so persistent, and he actually got quite, I don't want to say angry, but he did get quite distraught, and I just had to take the money. And so I donated the money to the, like, you know how we have our donation link. Yeah. So I put the money in there for that, because I was just like, obviously I couldn't take the money because this is free cleaning. But yeah, so he did pay me for the time that I was there. I think it was £20 he gave me. But yeah, at that point, like, I did fear for my safety a little bit, because obviously he is an alcoholic and he was not taking no for an answer. So at that point I was just like, yep, okay, I will accept this as a donation.
That's one thing I don't think about, like, when we're doing these cleans, and say we're doing a solo clean. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't think about, as much as we probably should, we don't think about our safety.
Yeah. I mean, I say I feared for my safety. Like, that's a bit of an exaggeration. Like, I didn't think he would have done anything, but also I just was not mentally equipped to deal with his distress. Yeah. Is probably what I should have said there.
But there might be times where you like, do you know what I mean? We are walking into these homes not knowing these people or what they're like, or do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I've never really thought that deep. Maybe it's just because I know you're about to leave me and I'm getting scared.
Don't go if you're worried.
No.
Take somebody with you.
So the next week, I wasn't sure who I was going to book. I've still not looked at it yet, because I think I'm going to, the clean that I'm going to this weekend, I think I might try and get her in for a second visit, since I'm going on my own. And the pictures do look a bit bigger than what I thought they were. But then the clean from last week that we had to kind of stop because of Steph.
Also, just the timelines of what she's saying is based on at the time that we're recording this voiceover, and not at the time that this video is releasing. So by the time this video releases, what she's saying will be in the past tense.
Yeah, it'll be 2 weeks ahead.
Just to make it awkward. We're so not used to pre-recording these voiceovers.
But yeah, I was looking at the list that we've got and looking to see who I could book, and there was a couple that I was like, oh, well, I could book them, but I don't want to go on my own.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did think about it. So I think I would only book ones that I think I would be comfortable going on my own.
And like I say, either take somebody with you or video call someone. Video call me. You can vicariously vacation with me.
No way. I'm not going to video call you where you're sitting on your sun lounger in the hot turkey sun while I'm slaving away cleaning for this channel.
Well, don't say I didn't try to help you.
I'll be like, do you know what that is? It's Steph, I quit.
Well, do you know what? I'll probably be the one editing all the footage, so...
Yeah.
I'll be doing my bit, and I'll try
and do raw edits before you get back.
No, don't do too much. Like, don't do too much. What are you thinking? Okay. You just froze.
I know, like, this thought came and went at the same time, and I'm like, no, come back to me, and it's not there.
Okay. This bathroom was it's so sad it does not show up on camera, but this was the most satisfying thing to clean ever, right? Because this was the first time that we had a proper nicotine house. So look.
You can kind of see it there, yeah.
You see where I wipe the wall? I was like, I can't just wipe part of this wall. So then I go and get the flash mop with a microfiber cloth. In fact, I think I originally used the flash wipes on it, and then I go over it with a microfiber cloth to dry it. But it was quite good, because usually we can't clean the walls because the paint just comes off. But this is the bathroom, and it's got specific bathroom paint. It was so satisfying. Oh, I can't even describe it.
What product were you using? Elbow grease?
I don't actually remember.
I would have came away lovely.
I don't think it was elbow grease, because at this time that wasn't a product that was in our little caddy. Okay. I feel like it was probably Flash Bathroom or Domestos. It was one of those two.
Because I think elbow grease just strips away nicotine.
I think it was the Domestos, but this was before we knew that you had to leave it on for a certain amount of time. Mm-hmm. So while I'm cleaning, I'm apparently not sanitizing anything, but it's still better than it was when I left. And the guy was really happy with what I'd done. And the support worker, the next time she went to the house, she then messaged me and was like, you can see a big difference. But yeah, Here we go. I wish you could see this as well as I. Oh, like,
you know what? You can kind of see it, yeah.
It was so much like dirt and nicotine, and obviously this isn't something that most people think to do. I don't really think to do this in my own house, although I do now think to do it. I don't actually do it.
I don't do like
it's on my plan.
I don't do like the walls that aren't wet walled.
Yeah, so I have a wet wall bathroom, so I'll be doing that. But even the walls that are, you could still do this, but with like dry microfiber to dust, because you won't believe how dusty your walls get. So you could do it. So the idea for doing this for me actually came from Living with Cambria, the YouTuber. Yes, I'll kind of show you there like how dirty that is. Like, look, I hold it up so you can see the white and But yeah, so the first person I ever seen to clean their walls like this was Living with Cambria, and I was like, I've never thought to clean my walls before. Like, it just was not something that ever crossed my mind.
I've never thought to dust my walls.
Yeah.
No.
But you wouldn't believe how dusty they get, apparently.
I could believe it. Do you know, I was sitting in my living room the other day and I had the sun shining through my kitchen into my living room, and I was sitting and I was like, am I tripping? Like, I didn't know what was going on. I thought my brain was like having some kind of episode, but I could just see all the dust particles floating about in my living room, and I'm like, is this what it is? And it freaked me out, and I was thinking, I'm breathing in all these dust particles all the time and we don't even see this, and we're walking about, and I bet you it's skin cells and dust.
You just spiraled.
Yeah, my brain just went, no, this is what we do. We walk about in this, like, imagine the effect that this has on our lungs, and why is the air not purified? And then I was looking at air purifiers on Amazon, and then I giggled, like, how good the air purifiers are, and does it get rid of all the dust particles, or is there still dust particles that float about when you have air purifiers in every single room? And yeah,
I mean, it does help, probably, like 100%. There was a bit.
I actually took a video. I will show you the video after, but I actually took a video of it because I was like, I need to show.
Did it show up on the video? Share that on Instagram.
Yeah, well,
go for it. Yeah. But you just reminded me, there was a book that I read when I was younger, and I've never really looked for it again, but now I kind of want to, and I feel like it was maybe The Northern Glass or something like that. But in the book, it always reminded me of the dust particles, but basically picture those dust particles, but they're golden shimmery.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I remember
like,
from the book.
The sun was like shining on them.
Yeah, and I was thinking that must have been the inspiration for that part of the book.
Yeah.
But that's all I remember from the book. And also maybe a big tree in the horizon. I don't know. I've just got like a visual image in my head of golden shimmery dust in the air and then a big tree. Maybe that was the cover of the book. I don't know. If anybody knows what book I'm talking about, you guys were so helpful the last time.
I've seen that.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
So the last time that I was trying to think of a book from my childhood, I don't think I ever clarified. It was the Fuzzbuzz series. I was trying to find books that I'd read growing up when I was learning to read and stuff, and all I could remember was like they were colourful, they were Scottish clans, and they were maybe like, fairy colours or something like that. That was literally the description I gave you, and at least 3 of you came back and said it was the Fuzzbuzz books, and it was. So I'm very, very happy with you. So if you know what book I'm talking about now with the gold dust, and it might have been the Northern... Did I say the Northern Lights?
No, you said Northern something.
Glass?
It wasn't lights. Northern Glass.
The Northern Spyglass? That might have been it. That might be the book. I don't know. I need to Google it. I could just Google it, but instead I'm asking you guys. Comment below.
Show you this video, and I will share it on Instagram.
No, show me after. We can't watch videos while we're recording voiceovers. Oh, but the picture looks cool. That's so pretty. Oh yeah, she's going to have to show this on Instagram. In fact, by the time you are listening to this, she might have already shared it on Instagram.
I'll wait, and then I'll release it by when this is getting released.
But you'll forget because you don't watch our videos.
But you'll remember.
I'm not going to remember.
Oh,
everybody can comment and remind Danielle to share the video.
Share the video, share the video. The glass.
Tell her.
The golden dust.
Do you know, I just really don't like cleaning the sides of toilets. It's like the worst part.
Yeah.
It's the worst design. And also, right, see when I was editing this footage.
My toilet doesn't have all those like creases. It's like a straight bit that goes right to the wall.
Yeah, that's a better design. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a Domestos I'm using. Yeah, see when I was editing the footage for that bit where I was cleaning the toilet, I thought there was some sort of giant spider or like alien coming down the wall, right? And I actually really creeped myself out. Do you know what it was? It was my fringe coming in front of the camera. I was like watching it. I was like, how did I not notice that? What is that coming down the wall? It wasn't. It was literally just my fringe in the edge of the camera. But yeah, freaked myself out. So there's a shower chair in this bath because the gentleman has mobility issues, and so there's a shower chair in this bath, and I don't think I could figure out how to take it out, or I didn't want to take it out, and so it was very awkward trying to clean around it, but I did kind of manage. And then also there is a shower, but I couldn't reach it, and I didn't want to climb in the bath, so I could, or maybe it wasn't able to detach. It was one of those two reasons.
So what was your favourite part about this clean?
Wait, no, I told that already, did I not? The wall was
Alright, yeah. So what was your least favourite part?
The kitchen. I didn't realise at the time, but I spent 3 hours in that kitchen, and it looked the same when I finished as what it did when I started. Even when I was doing this, I was like, Danielle, I can't tell which are the before and which are the after photos. But no, it's simply because it just wasn't showing up on camera, but it was really dirty and really greasy, but you literally just can't see it. So I spent 3 hours cleaning that kitchen, and obviously I'm still not a great cleaner, but at this point I didn't even like cleaning. I was a terrible cleaner. I don't remember why I was in this house on my own, but I think it was back when I was trying to like get a backlog of footage ready for me going back to uni. That turned out to be pointless because then I accidentally deleted the folder that had all the back footage in. Do you remember that? Yeah. So, this was one of the ones that happened to be not deleted. I think we only have one other footage, like
a backlog.
One other backlog of footage.
We're going to need to do something about that.
Yeah, we've been needing to like try and build up some footage. You know, if you guys like cleaning, you should go and clean for somebody for free. Like do a good deed. Record yourselves, send it to us, and then that'll give back.
Yeah.
Just do the work for us. But no, I do feel like, do you know what would be a really good thing? But I don't know how you would manage it in terms of making sure it's not like bad people. But it would be good if there was an app where people who need these free cleans can go on the app, and then people who want to help people and do these free cleans but don't have time to do it all the time and all of that stuff. It's kind of like, think Tinder, but you're swiping dirty houses, and it's like, yes, I can do that one. That one's in my area.
Yeah.
And so then you want to go and clean a free house. Okay, you go and clean that person's house. And then that's your good deed for the year or whatever.
I still think there'd be more people that need their house cleaned than people that want to clean people's houses.
Oh, 100%. But the problem is, what if the people who are offering to go clean the houses are criminals or they have bad intentions? That's why it's not really a realistic thing to do. You'd have to vet them somehow. And then there's always ways to cheat the system.
Yeah.
But in an ideal world where everybody is benevolent and wants to help everybody else, that idea would be good. Do you not think?
But if we're in an ideal world, people would have the right support networks that they'd never get into that position where their house needs help.
Okay, so in a slightly less than ideal world, the idea would be good.
Yeah, it would be.
But no, you're right. In an ideal world, people wouldn't get into this position in the first place. Can you hold this phone while I have a drink?
Yes.
I still have so much to do when I get home, and it is already 10 to 11 at night.
I know, I'm yawning and I'm very tired. I feel like as much as it is beneficial doing like pre-recording voiceovers, I just don't feel like we have it in us to do it.
Yeah. And also, we like to update you guys in real time on what's happening with our lives. And also, it's like trying to talk about time travel. You know, it's a dangerous loop trying to figure out, you know, at what time are you listening to this and what time are we recording it and
what time are we going to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on the day that this releases, I'll be flying back from a holiday. But on the day that we're recording this, it's the day before.
And I'll be cleaning.
It just feels like, I don't know, time travel.
So when people are like, safe journey, you'll be like, yeah, I'm coming home.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a fast holiday.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what I'm going to do without Steph. I feel like I'm going to be so bored. I feel like I'm not going to have like, oh, what can we do today? And you're going to be like, well, we need to do this and that. And
just think of how good the energy is going to be when I come back and we get to do a clean together. I think we have a big job lined up for when I get back as well, do we not?
We've got a big one, yeah.
I think we've got a couple of big ones lined up.
Yeah.
So yeah, when we come back, we'll be like powerhousing through.
I'm going to be like, yes, my cleaning buddy of that.
Oh, you're going to be like, okay, I've done enough. I don't want to do it anymore. It's your turn.
No, I doubt it. I doubt it. Although it might be, because I'm going to try and fit 2 in one weekend.
I just don't think you should do that. I feel like you're going to
I feel like we need a backlog.
And push yourself too much.
I feel like we need a backlog.
But you know what? I feel like if we don't have a video, we can just go live. Like what? Or do another day out like what we did last week.
I feel like we lose too many people when we go live.
Oh yeah. Why is that? Every single time we go live, we lose a ton of subscribers.
Yeah.
Do we just not meet your expectations in real life?
Yeah. That must be what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you aren't that funny in real life.
I'm hilarious. I don't know about you, but
I mean, you are.
So are you. So yeah, look, you see me cleaning, like, obviously at this time, I didn't know, oh, you need to get close-ups and all of this kind of thing. I was still just, just watch what I do, even though you can't see what I'm doing. But yeah, and I had to wash dishes because, bless him, he had all his dishes in the draining rack. He'd already washed them. They were not clean. I don't know if he has a problem with his eyesight or if it's an old person thing, because every old person, and no offense to any older people, but every old person who we've had to clean for, they believe their dishes are clean and they are not clean. And it's like my ex-partner, Kai's dad, we lived with his granddad for a while, and he would always insist on doing the dishes, and I'd have to go at the back of him and redo the dishes, and you know how much I hate dishes.
Yeah. So
the fact that it was like this lovely gentleman was offering to clean the dishes for me, and he just wasn't cleaning them, and he couldn't see that he wasn't cleaning them. But yeah, bless him, I had to rewash all of his dishes. He was probably like, what's taking you so long in there? The dishes are already done.
Actually, the last couple of cleans we've went into, they've had a dishwasher.
I know, it's such a godsend.
Which has probably saved so much time.
We should just try and get sponsored by people that sell dishwashers.
Get one installed in every house we go to.
Yeah. Can you imagine the time and stuff that we would save people, though?
Or one of those countertop dishwashers.
But they're rubbish. Did you not say they were rubbish?
No.
I feel like, because remember that house that we did in the evening?
Yeah, I couldn't work it out. I didn't know how to get it working.
But did somebody not comment on that video, or a few people say that they are rubbish because they take like 3 hours or something?
There was like a 3 hour setting. But there must be ones that do like a quick...
What is that?
I don't know.
Where did the phone go?
I don't know what's here.
Okay, oh no, what did you do? Okay, well, Danielle just screamed and chucked the phone, so now I'm thinking there's a bug. What was it, though?
I don't know, I felt something crawling on my arm, and then my hair is up, so...
Oh, now I've got the heebie-jeebies.
It's not my hair!
I'm not going back to edit the footage, guys, so... Whatever just happened when she threw the phone is what happened.
I forgot, is there anything on my back? Or...
Hey, your hair is not all up. Look, there's half of it, like...
Okay, I was rubbing my hair.
It was your hair. Oh my god. It's too late at night for you to be screaming and running.
Right, okay, let's go.
Take the phone back. Don't throw it this time.
Hey, sorry, I thought there was a spider crawling on me.
Now I'm going to be sitting here, like, looking around thinking there's something.
It must be my hair. Do you not feel like your hair? Like, is it not annoying you yet?
It's very itchy.
Steph got braids for her holiday, and...
It's like...
They're very long.
Yeah, and it's tickling my back, but in an itchy way. Okay, what were we talking about?
I don't know.
You've threw me for a loop here. You've threw me for a loop.
Dishes, dishwasher, the bunker, the counter.
Quick setting.
Yeah, there must be one with a quick setting.
I just thought if anybody's playing bingo with our videos, they're not going to get bingo today because you're not in it to do the thumbs up or hurt yourself or dance.
Well...
You've not danced in a while. We need to get some dancing in the next big
I was dancing in the last house, but I don't think any of it was on.
There was no music. What were you doing?
I was dancing in my own head. I kept making up songs and...
That's what you did.
Yeah, saying random stuff.
Yeah.
My new favourite thing is, hello, Jackie. You look nice today.
And what's that from?
That's from Friday night dinner.
Oh, yes, so it is. Do you know the dad died from that?
No.
The actor that plays the dad died in real life.
I never knew that.
So that's why it ended. And also, my husband watched a weird documentary about that series, and I just happened to have been there when it was on. They just totally made everything up. They were just like, oh, I imagine this could happen in a Jewish household, and just made it happen. It was the weirdest thing. But we have a child joining us.
He'll just ponder on through. He's probably getting some to eat. What are you doing?
You need to go to bed.
That's why I'm up. When you scream.
I mean, that was her, so...
But why are you up? What are you doing here?
I didn't have dinner. I'm starving.
What do you mean you didn't have dinner?
Just calling out your mum on live TV.
Oh, you were at a football tournament and your dad picked you up?
Yeah.
Did dad not take you to go get dinner? Okay. You might want to... Okay.
I'm still not editing that out.
I'm just gonna grab the banana.
Okay, there's some real life for you guys.
Maybe make yourself some toast and something. It's 11 o'clock at night, guys. Why do kids,
Wait till now.
to tell me you've not had dinner?
I know, he came down 2 hours ago.
I know. Get some toast and stuff as well, please, Cameron. Anyway, so yeah.
Yeah.
Neglecting my children. The other two had dinner.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Oh.
Okay, so back to this house. You're going to need to ask me a question because that was all I had there.
I'm trying to work out what you're doing right now. You're kind of putting everything back, yeah.
Yeah, I could have cut this bit out actually. Do you know what? I did consider cutting out that whole side of the kitchen because there was no close-ups. You couldn't really see what I was
cut
doing.
out some bits when you were when you were cleaning, because you really properly cleaned that coffee machine. But I'm
It
trying
was
to put my
so
foot here as well.
dirty. That's fine.
But when I was watching it, I was like, I just felt like you took really long on it. So I was like, just cut that bit out.
Because it was really bad.
I'm like, just cut this bit out.
That's what I mean though. I was so slow, and I think you used the word meticulous, but really I was just so slow. But also, I never used to think to clean the sides of cupboards and the underneath the cupboards and all of that stuff. And then we started going to these houses and cleaning together, and I got to see how you do it. So seeing that from the fresh set of eyes, then when I went into this house like, okay, let's clean it how Danielle cleans it. Top to bottom, like getting all the detail, cleaning all the appliances. So I was channeling you in this clean, and that's why it took me 3 bloody hours.
I like that.
But yeah, so I wasn't used to doing all of that, so that's why I think it took so long.
If I do a deep clean on my kitchen, even though my kitchen is clean, it still takes me a good hour to 2 hours.
Yeah. And then also, because this was still like when we were quite new, we're still kind of learning what tools we like and what products we like. And I think in this kitchen, I was using the Flash kitchen spray, but really, ideally, I should have been using a degreaser, like elbow grease or something like that.
I don't think we've used the Flash kitchen spray in a while, have we?
I'm not sure. I think I have used it recently, but only because we're kind of trying to get to the bottom of it now. I still really do like it, but I think it's because I like the smell.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I think it's only the smell. So I've got the Flash bathroom spray. And I think I only like that because of the smell it leaves in my bathroom. It's very clean.
Yeah, but they always say, clean shouldn't have a smell.
Yeah.
Do you know, it's a weird saying, because obviously we add these artificial smells to it.
Sorry, I'm having to stand up.
Oh, I was like, where are you going?
I'm getting restless legs.
Oh, right, okay. Have you tried anything for them yet? I've got that magnesium spray in the house that you could try.
Yeah.
You'll need to pick it up when I'm away.
Usually the only thing that really helps is if I go for a hot bath. And it must be to do with the muscles, and it's usually when I'm late at night. I probably should have already been in my bed. Do you mean I've took my tablets? It's usually when my body is go to sleep that it starts happening. And that's when I'm right, okay, if I'm in my bed and my legs start getting right, okay, go to sleep. So...
Do you want to pass me the phone since you're dancing around right now? I feel like I maybe should have spread this up some more because I'm still only on this half of the kitchen. Also, not only was everything greasy, but he really does like coffee. There was coffee stains everywhere. It just didn't show up.
Coffee stains are the worst, especially on like a bunker. And when they ring and they're so bad that you just can't get them off.
Dry power paste, that's supposed to work.
Yeah. Those Brillo pads.
Yeah. Would they scratch though? I suppose
I
power
was using
paste isn't
them-
abrasive as well.
I was using them in the last clean, like the
Yeah.
the clean from the week before this is released.
That is still the last clean, yeah.
Alright, okay, yeah. And we mentioned, in fact, we mentioned the Brillo pads in the last voiceover, which is from the last clean. So
I just noticed that you're wearing a top that says we were on a break from Friends.
yeah.
Is that because I'm going away tomorrow?
No,
are we on a
it
break now?
Might have been subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were on a break. That's my Ross impression.
I mean, he's not wrong though.
I get that. Right, okay, do you want to have the we were on a break debate?
No, because I'm not that big of a Friends
Okay.
fan.
But I get they were on a break. So yeah, technically, on a technicality, it shouldn't matter. But not even probably like 4 hours after they decided to go on a break, he's already dipping it in someone else.
Okay. But then, first of all, I didn't know that. I didn't actually know that
Okay.
because I'm not that big of a Friends fan. But
Right.
also, often, if you're going on a break or breaking up or whatever, the relationship ended long before that actually happens.
But a break isn't necessarily a breakup. A break could just be like, right, okay, we need space, we need to work out what we're doing, and then we'll come back and make that decision.
So maybe, but he maybe needed to go and do that to then realise what he'd
You
lost.
sound like a man.
I'm giving it from a different perspective, which is apparently a man's
But
perspective.
really, if...
I'm not saying I condone it.
Really,
I'm
if
just
you want
saying
to go
I
and
see
do
his
that,
perspective.
like within 4 hours of deciding, right, okay, this relationship needs a break, shouldn't be in that relationship because you don't respect it enough to give it the loyalty it deserves.
But was he not the one that did everything for that relationship? Like, I'm just trying to think what I remember from Friends. Like, was he not obsessed with her and she just took advantage of that?
No, not entirely, but a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I can't look up at you like this because my head is too heavy from the braids.
Anyway, if you want to have a Friends debate with me about any topic in Friends, put it in the comments.
And if you want to discuss Harry Potter, I could probably do that.
Yeah. Just put it in the comments. We can have debates.
I mean, I don't really want to debate Harry Potter, but if you want to discuss it, I'm here.
Okay, well. I mean, I'm in a kind of debating mood, but I probably won't be when
I can
this
tell that.
releases.
Why did you get so argumentative
Because
with me?
Friends it touches my soul. I almost feel like a lot of episodes you can relate to some point in your life. It's a very relatable show.
Yeah, because everybody's friends with somebody.
Yeah. Anyway, how are you getting on cleaning? You on the other side of the kitchen
No,
yet?
I'm still on this side of the kitchen. And do you know what? I don't actually remember if I do the cupboard fronts on the bottom cupboards or not on that side of the kitchen. I feel like I maybe do, but didn't record it. I don't know.
I don't see why you wouldn't have.
Yeah, but also, I was in there a long time. I literally might have just forgotten. Might have been like, yeah, I must have done it because I've been in here so long. Okay, so I said that the least favourite thing about this clean was the kitchen, but actually, I mean, I'm not wrong, like that is, but it's actually this microwave because it's very damaged and rusty.
Oh.
So even when I clean it, it doesn't look clean, and that annoys me because I know I worked hard on it and it doesn't look clean.
I think I actually remember you saying that.
And then the bunker underneath the microwave is very stained. So even when I clean that, it still looks dirty and it's like, it's definitely clean. It's actually stained.
Yeah.
So that was frustrating on both counts. So yeah, this little corner of the kitchen was my least favourite part. Actually, no, that's a lie. It's not even just this corner. The front, like the hobs on the cooker, which you guys will get to see, are the dirtiest hob. I'm saying hobs. I mean the buttons. Like, what's the spinny thing called?
Knobs.
Knobs. That's what I meant to say. So the knobs on this cooker are the dirtiest ones that I've ever seen. And even after I clean them, they're stained. Like, there's no cleaning them. They need replaced. I mean, he just needs a new microwave and a new cooker. Danielle just abandoned me to talk to her child. How dare she? But yeah, I really go at it with the microwave. At this point, I don't think I actually knew about the hack where you can like put water in the microwave and then let it steam everything away. If I did, I might have tried that. But then maybe I would have tried that after trying to clean it first anyway. Who knows? I've got to say I'm glad that I'm a lot quicker at cleaning now, because if it took this long to do every kitchen, I don't think I would have continued with this job, to be honest. It was soul destroying. It was so nice outside as well, because it was like the middle of summer.
I never abandoned you to speak to my child. I abandoned you to go to the toilet.
Still unforgivable.
Sorry, not sorry. I'm going to regret sitting back down as well. What were you saying about summertime?
That when I cleaned this house, it was the middle of summer, so it was very hot, and I was just saying that I'm glad that I'm quicker at cleaning now, because if every clean took this long, I would have given up long before now, because it was soul destroying.
I think both of us would have given up by now if we didn't have the other one pushing us on.
I'm a very impulsive person. I get these ideas and then I do it and then I move on very quickly. So the fact that I'm still going nearly a year later is an achievement for me.
I wonder if we'll be able to say it for like 3 years.
Yes, we will, because I'm invested now. Like at this point it's a routine. Like, yes, Sundays we clean. Sometimes it's a Saturday.
But we clean one day of the week.
Yes. And I edit the footage and do the voiceovers, and it's a thing now. Like, there's no going back.
Yeah.
And also, what would I do with my time if I wasn't doing this? Like, because I'll be finishing uni next year, and then I would just have to do more housework in my house, and I don't.
You don't want to do that, do
no,
you?
I don't really want to do that.
Rather than tidy someone else's.
Yeah, it's easier. It's so much easier. This is the stain bunker that I was talking about.
It gives me the boost I need to make sure my house is done. So, like, I'll always make sure I've done everything in my house by Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I can, like, go and do a clean and come home, and I'm not like, right, okay, I've got this to do and I really need to do this, and nothing's getting on top of me. So it really makes me make sure that I do that reset every week.
Yeah.
And make sure everything's... Like, I do, like, an evening reset, but I mean, like, the making sure the bathrooms are clean and... Do you know what I mean? Weekly.
Yeah.
The bedding's been changed and...
See, I should probably aim to do that by a Friday, because I used to clean a lot in my house on a Saturday, but physically it was too much for me to do big cleans in my house on a Saturday and then come and do these cleans on Sundays. It just is difficult for me, especially like I feel like my health problems have definitely gotten worse since we started doing this, but not because of this, I don't think. I just feel like because I do a lot, and just, I don't know if it's progressive or whatever, but yeah, so I definitely have struggled more if I do a big clean the day before. In fact, I tend to not even do big cleans in my house anymore. I just kind of do it bit by bit. But yeah, when I do these cleans, definitely takes a while to recover from them now.
I don't really do a big clean in my house anymore.
You don't have to. Your house is always like...
So Monday is like bathrooms and floors. So I'll make sure, like, obviously I'll do my general tidying up and general wipe down. And then do like a pick a day for kind of everything. So like...
You should make a video about this. Do like a routine with me.
Yesterday I just kind of went round and went to like the doors, the door frames, the skirting boards. But like in my brain, like you've got a good thing for like remembering certain stuff. But in my brain I can be like, oh, that's got a dirty handprint on it. I'll make sure I remember that for when I'm walking around the house and cleaning anything like...
And then do you remember?
And then I remember.
See, that's the kind of thing that goes immediately out of my head.
Do you mean, so like the other week, last week she put a like chocolate handprint on my wardrobe. So yesterday when
Not me, her daughter, just to clarify.
Yeah, so yesterday when I'm walking around the house looking for like bits of dirt, so there was like milkshake on the stairgate that was from the weekend, then a handprint on my wardrobe that was like chocolate from her the week before. Do you mean there's little things that I'm like, right, okay, make sure I get that next time I'm doing my like round the house clean. So I think that's why it's easy to like...
I'm actually just really proud that you don't immediately clean it up, because that makes me feel better, but also because I know that that's progress for you.
Yeah, no.
The fact that, you know, that handprint was there last week and then you cleaned it on that day.
Yeah.
That's really good. Well done.
Yeah, it's not like I don't lie. They've been like, I need to clean that. I need to clean that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had milkshake spilt down the stairgate at the top. And it was like 3 days.
I mean, milk is probably something even I would clean immediately. Did it not smell?
Well, no, because it wasn't on the carpet or anything. It was just on the stairgate.
Oh, okay.
I did immediately clean it on the carpet. It went all over the carpet.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did it come up okay? Did you have to use your carpet cleaner?
No, it was fine.
Okay.
Because it was like immediately I cleaned it.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I just need to address the situation that has happened in this video right now. This was the point that I realised that aerosol oven spray hates me. It does. It just did not want to come out. And obviously, you guys will have noticed, obviously I'm not wearing a mask in this clean. This was like months before I had an asthma attack. This was months before I realised that I really need to be wearing masks in these houses. So that's obviously why I've not got PPE on. But yeah, I couldn't get it out. And this was not an empty bottle. I don't know what the problem was, but it just did not want to spray. And so I just managed to get out what I could and then spread the product. And you gave me in trouble.
Yeah.
For this. You can tell them why.
Because she sprays the product, she spreads it all out and everything, and then you don't get to see her wipe it all off.
I accidentally deleted it.
Yep. Give you that nice wipe where it goes nice.
I apologise. It does get cleaned. I just somehow deleted the footage. And you know, I spent a long time on that stovetop, so I don't know where the footage went. I don't even remember deleting it. But yeah, at this point, because these were so dirty, I was like, okay, maybe this is one of those times that I will actually try and take the knobs off. They didn't want to come off, and I'm not forcing anything because I'm so scared of breaking the knobs on somebody's cooker because of my own experience, which I have mentioned before, but I'm just going to say it again in case, you know, I mean, that was nearly a year ago that I talked about. That was in one of the first houses. So a couple of years ago, I hired cleaners to come into my house because I was really struggling at the time, and they came in, and first of all, they charged me like twice what they said they were going to charge. They didn't do everything that they said they were going to do, and they broke the knobs off of my cooker. But somehow when I confronted them about, you know, the price and what they didn't do, at the time I didn't know about the oven knobs, but when I kind of messaged them and was like, look, I'm disappointed in what you have managed to do and how much I got charged for this and all of that, somehow by the end of that conversation I was apologising for how dirty my house was. Like, it did not go well. I'm really terrible at confrontation, and I already have a lot of guilt and shame around how messy my house got. And I mean, my house now is nothing compared to what it was at that time, but it's still, I was still like, you know, I paid literal hundreds for what they did, and I was like, now that I'm a cleaner and I know how you can do it, I'm like, yeah, that would not have cost that should not have cost that amount, especially for what they actually did. But yeah, so I never actually confronted them about the oven knobs, because by the time I noticed, I'd already, you know, apologized to them. So I was like, it's too late, there's no going back. So that's my oven knob story. I hate that word, by the way. I keep saying it, but I hate it, so I don't like
know
it.
How many times you've said it.
It's because I don't like it. I'm just trying to, like,
maybe a wee game for you guys is to go back and try and count up how many times she's said it.
Drinking game, if you're
put
feeling
it in the comments. Whoever gets it right can get a shout out in the next video.
Does that mean you're going to go back and count?
Yep.
Okay, good, because I'm not.
Okay.
You're going to have to count yourself and see.
Like, did you ever, at school, they put, like, a certain amount of sweeties in the jar, and you had to try and guess how many sweeties were in the jar, and then you'd win, like, the jar of sweeties.
Were you good at them?
No. It was always way off.
Okay. So I would always, like, count a section and then times it by, like, the other section. So, like, if it was...
Did you get called a nerd in school?
Obviously, yes. Yes, I did. People paid me to do their homework in school.
Very clever, though. I would never have thought about doing that.
Well, I mean, that's how you guess, though. So, like, you would guess, like, how many are... Like, so you would count how many are around the rim and then how many go up and then times it, and then it's roughly that amount. You're never dead on. I was never dead on.
I just thought people guessed and they got right. I was just kind of like, 10, 20, 30.
Another way to do it is, like, you look at the size of the sweet and you, like, look at the size of the jar and you're like, okay, that size of a jar would fit that much space.
So, like, volume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's kind of how you do them. I thought that's how everybody did it, so it just shows how differently our brains are.
I'm just like stab in the dark. This is a guess competition. I'll guess. Do you know what I mean? Black and white.
Yeah. That's more like when you have to guess the teddy bear's name. I never really understood those ones.
No.
It's like,
How
but
are
they
you getting
could just
that right?
yeah. It could literally could be like the weirdest name in
Or
the
like
world.
its date of birth.
Yeah.
No.
But now I know it was all just randomized.
Mm.
The teddy bear's name would be based on a name somebody's given. So if 20 people guess the teddy's name, they just will randomly pick one of those names and that's the teddy bear's name.
Alright, so that's not even named before people guess?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
It's more like you pick a square and then they will randomly like draw a name out of the
guess
hat.
the teddy bear's name, but actually call the teddy bear something.
We should do that. We should get a mascot. We should get a teddy mascot, but we can't take it into the dirty houses.
It has to
Maybe
be,
on a live.
we have to get a teddy bear, but maybe like one that somebody could make us.
Like a plastic one. Get a plastic thing that
Haggis.
can be washed. Yeah. Let's get a plastic haggis and give it a name. And then you guys all have to guess the name. But we're not going to tell you the name. Like one day in 10 years' time, we'll be like, someone finally guessed the name.
I already know.
But then you'll have no idea what we're talking
I
about.
already know what it'd be called.
I kind of want to know right now, but
I can't tell you.
yeah, the 6 minutes. I'll find out in 6 minutes. Don't forget, because there was a video we did and you were going to tell me something and then you forgot to tell me. And then the next day I was like, oh my God, what was it? And now I can't remember, but it's going to eat alive. It's going to eat me alive because I'm going to remember when I get home and you'll be sleeping. And then I'll forget in the morning when you're awake and we're just going to go in this vicious cycle.
Until someone in the comments. Or somebody waits for us to have a live and jumps in a live.
Yeah, like, Danielle, what was that thing you never told Steph?
And I'm going to be like, what?
Yeah. So you see the problem that we have.
Yeah.
We can't always share everything with you guys. Some things are just for the best friends, you know.
Yeah, and even then, we sometimes don't share everything with each other because we forget.
I was going to say, what are you not sharing with me? But forgetting is a valid reason. Sorry, I'm just drinking my water.
I'm just trying to pay attention to what you're doing as well.
I don't even know at this point.
Well, massaging my legs.
Do you know, when I'm editing the videos, I'm always like, oh, what? Because there's nothing I can cut out. Why is the video so long? I feel like I might be getting better at cleaning, but I'm getting worse at cutting footage out. And then I'm doing the voiceover and I'm like, yeah, this was way slower and longer than I thought. I totally could have cut half of this out. But it's because when I'm editing, I'm not actually watching it in real time. I'm like scrolling quite quickly. And so I'm like, oh yeah, that was, I can't cut that out. It happened super quick. Like, of course it did. I scrolled past it really quickly. So I feel like maybe we need another set of eyes on these videos when we're editing. So like, maybe I'll edit it and then get you to watch it in real time and cut bits out. Yeah. That way you might actually watch some of our videos.
I'm not going to do that.
I know.
I'd be better at edited and you watch the
Does anybody want to be a volunteer video editor for us? Feel free to volunteer in the comments.
Yeah, I think we need one of them.
Yeah. And I'm saying that now at the end of the video because the people that would steal our content aren't going to watch us to the end of the video.
It's the loyal ones that are watching to the end. Yeah, we love you guys.
Yeah.
Yours are our favourite.
Yeah. Trying to think what that sticker is. It's a cat. I don't think he had any pets. But he's got a big cat sticker.
Maybe it just came from somewhere. I have a dinosaur sticker. I don't have a dinosaur.
That's a shame.
I know. I quite like a dinosaur. A friendly dinosaur.
So like, what are they? Herbivores?
Yeah. Like The Good Dinosaur, the movie.
Yes, that's such a good movie.
Like one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what they're called.
I cleaned the toaster and I cut the footage out. So you guys don't get to see a toaster clean, but that was something I cut out. But it was something I did.
I love a toaster clean.
Oh, I quite liked on top of this fridge. Trying to think, how did I reach that? I must have had a stool. I'm so small. You're taller than me, eh?
Yes. I think so. What height are you?
5'3.5".
5'4".
Oh, so you're only half an inch taller than me. I feel like there was more than that.
I think I'm 5'4". What's Madison?
Taller than that. Madison is really tall. Madison's my daughter, for anybody that doesn't know.
So are me and Madison not basically the same height?
I'm gonna need you to stand next to each other now.
We did, not long ago.
And I've already forgotten.
I'm sure either I'm just a little bit taller than her, she's a little bit taller than me.
Madison really likes to tower over me now and be like, haha, you're so small. Do you know what? She keeps touching my braids. It's so annoying. I'm like, they've just been done, they're very tender, don't touch them. And then she's like, ooh, what's this? And she was walking behind me holding one of the braids and I couldn't feel it because she was just holding the end of it. And she was like, oh, I've been doing that and you didn't notice. I was like, yeah, but everybody else did. Now I look silly, so stop it. So it was a whole thing.
I bet she wished she had them done.
If she wants them done, I'll totally let her get them done because it's cool. I love them. I might just live in braids from now on. Just get different colours every 3 months. It's expensive. I can't afford to do that.
Yeah.
But if I could afford it, I would do it.
Oh, when I win the lottery.
Yeah. We kind of have a agreement, guys, that if one of us comes into a large sum of money, we will share it with the other person.
Yeah.
So even if I go to the bingo and I win like £1,000, I'm like, okay, so what am I going to do with my £500? Because it's not all mine.
Yeah.
At this point, we might as well be married.
Yeah. Let's just open up that joint account now.
I don't actually know if Pete knows about this pack that we have.
No, I don't think so.
It's okay because he's just my half. So
Yeah. You know, sometimes in life, your soulmate isn't your husband.
I mean, my husband is my soulmate, but I just have more than one soulmate because you're also my soulmate.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, we're at the end of the video now. So this is kind of some before and afters. I don't think you really got to see how dirty that table was originally when I was cleaning it. But yeah, again, that is subfloor in the bathroom, so couldn't clean it. But thank you so much for watching and we will see you in the next one. Bye.